Good to see you, Monarch. I'm afraid there isn't much time to talk. We can't deny it. The attack has begun. The Honor Guard should realize that we're here momentarily. After that, this area and the town square will be a war zone. Anybody who has an objective elsewhere should be leaving.
Hey, Dominic, I was just about to leave.
With Grizz too, I presume?
Yes, of course. You know me. I'd never forget anything. You're in for the distraction of a lifetime, Monarch.
Hey, Pro. Before you go. It's been an honor serving with you. I hope I see you again after this is over.
Trust me, the pleasure has been all mine. And I don't plan on dying. Too much writing to do.
I guess you should get going too, Monarch. Don't worry, I have more protection than I'll ever need. Our rebel forces, the created seers, and the Draconic army. No matter what they throw at us, we'll be able to handle it. The true deciding factor in all of this is you and that blade. Be careful, rely on your comrades, and you'll win this for sure. I know you can do this. Now we just need to cause a distraction. All those suits should be focusing on me. If all goes as planned, you should find minimal resistance. Save your strength for the triumvirate. I think you'll need it. Anyway, don't worry about me. I'll have Hal by my side. Speaking of which, where is he? He should have been out here ages ago. Hal, what are you doing?
We've come here to destroy the Triumvirate and all that they stand for. Don't tell us you're backing down now that the moment is upon us.
No, of course not. I would never give up when we're so close. Come down here, Howl. Explain yourself.
The monarchy is dead, Dominic. Do not cling to memories like us.
Howl, stand down.
Stand down? All we've done is carry out our orders. Kill the Triumvirate and their supporters, correct? As their servant, Algus deserves the same fate. And we needed a beacon to lure the Honor Guard to the square. A beacon that no matter how hard they try, they cannot put out. Burning the library made sense. They are not permitted inside. Do not mourn for what has already been lost, Dominic. The Honor Guard will be here in just a few moments. Preparing your army would be a much better action. The battle for Alestia has begun.
I don't believe this.
Drastic measures must be taken in order to ensure our victory. The righting of a long-dead culture is a small price to pay. You should be on your way, Monarch. The time is now. Do not forget Sovi, either. He volunteered to accompany your group. Make use of the knowledge he has on Baltius.
Hey, be careful, okay? I want to see you there when we regroup in the atrium. If all goes as planned, you'll be seeing me there too.
Rise, Halen. It seems they seek to deceive us. But it's nothing we haven't seen before.
Deception? That seems to be their strength. What will you have me do, Masters?
Man the atrium. Stay in the castle. We shall let them exhaust their forces for now. When they come here, you can finish them off.
You mean to fall into their trap?
Doing so would make it our trap, Halen. Besides, their deaths will feed the blade even more. We need it as strong as possible when it is brought back to us.
For what reason?
Do you doubt us?
No, of course not. I was merely curious, that's all.
Then your curiosity will have to linger. You have your orders, Halen. Now seek them out. In a few hours, everything should be over for good.
Yes, whatever you say. When they arrive in the atrium, consider them dead. I will paint the walls with their blood, or else besmirch them with my own.
Thank you, Halen. Now be on your way. We will send the honor guard to the town square to weaken them. There is no time to waste. The end of everything is upon us. The end. Or perhaps another new beginning. Steel yourselves, brothers. You know what's coming.
All right. How can we lure them away? Think, bro, think. You can do this.
Not so loud, Pro. We need a plan before they find us. Let's look for something we can use as a distraction.
That'll have to do. Come on, Grizz. Let's do this already. Hopefully the Monarch isn't too far behind.
No, not that side. It leads to the dining hall and a dead end. You'd only be signing your own death warrant.
Hey! Over here! Perfect. Now we just need to make a trail. Come on! Don't let us get away!
How many do you think there are?
Not enough.
Well, at least you're confident.
They're almost here. I can tell. Be on your guard. I'll have my men protect you.
Yes, of course, I appreciate it. I'll be watching their backs as well.
Reminds me of those drums in the Colosseum. Every time they played, I knew that death would follow. Let's hope that it does, but not for any of us.
If we are in danger, do not come to our aid. Especially if it would endanger the lives of others. Remember, by all accounts, we are already dead.
No matter what you say, you're an ally. And believe it or not, I prefer to keep those alive. As long as you breathe, you're living and of use.
It appears that we may be outnumbered. But remember, those things aren't known for their smarts. Each one of us could easily take down 100 or more.
Let's hope that you're correct.
It appears they want us to make the first move. Probably so they can counter. That makes it easier. Just anticipate it, and come up with a counter of your own. We fight to liberate those stuck under the Triumvirate's thumb. in the name of all those who have fallen, and all those who will come. A new future will dawn here today, one of happiness and peace for all.
Darmok, it is time.
Yeah. This is it. Charge!
We're almost there. It won't be much longer. As soon as we turn the next corner, you'll see the castle. This is probably the best place for Fortem to leave our side. I know his task is dangerous, but I'm sure he'll be fine. I've heard nothing but good things about his ability to climb. I'm more worried about what will happen to us in the castle. I normally hate relying on others, you know. In a bind, I can only really count on my own skills. But you and your friends have started to change my mind. We're pressed for time, so I won't draw this out any longer. Just know that I'll have your back in there, as I'm sure you'll have mine. If we make it through this unscathed, I'll know it was a team effort.
Whoa! This is so cool! That statue! I've never seen anything like it! Ulrich, what is it? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, Alestia wasn't always fully mapped out. This is an artist's depiction of the Draconic people. At least, a depiction made in fright during First Contact.
First contact?
Imagine being the first mainlander to arrive in Alarinthia. The people there reacted with hostility, attacking almost instantly. He was an unlucky man, and he fled almost as quickly as he got there.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. When he got back to Museo, he told everyone his story. But his account wasn't right. Fear can warp anything you see. Even when he was proven wrong, the design still stuck. They're often used to scare away potential visitors, so it makes perfect sense that there be one in a place like this. It's guarding a shortcut that leads right to the Triumvirate's home.
Well, it's not gonna scare me away. I have the most important task of all. I promise you, I'll make it through this. You better be in that atrium waiting for me. No way we're failing now. This is the end. Well, I guess I should get going. I need to take a different path than the rest of you. I'm not used to being on my own, but I'll manage.
I guess we should go too. The sound of all that fighting is really scaring me. One side has to be winning, but which one is it?
It's best not to pay it any mind. We have our own task, Valessa.
Right, of course. Wanna lead the way? We're going to win this. I can feel it.
Stay behind me. We can use this bridge to our benefit. They can't get around us or sneak out from behind. It's almost like a funnel. This should be easy. I know, but don't worry, these things have bad aim. Just grab one of those suits and use them as a shield. They'll wear out their numbers by killing their own.
Quick! Grab one! Fortum! Look out! Quick, run along the side of the bridge. It should be wide enough to use as a path. Get back there and take out those archers. Monarch, did you do that?
Thanks for stepping in like that. My sword arm was starting to get a little tired. Come on, let's get going. We don't have much time.
Oh no.
Just our luck.
You need to go.
What are you talking about?
I said you need to go. Get inside the castle. Help Fortim kill the Triumvirate. Just do it. Let me keep them occupied. I'll fight them off.
Valessa, that's suicide.
We don't have any other option. The Monarch needs you and Ulrich.
No, I'll stay and fight. I know how those things work.
This isn't up for debate. You need to go. Now. Thanks for everything you've done, Monarch. Oh, is that an order? Then I guess I have no choice. I've never disobeyed, and I'm not about to start. I'll meet you in the atrium, after Fortim rings that bell. Come on! I could do this all day!
Pro, what weapons do you have?
Daggers. My favorite. Up close and personal.
So, you've fought these things before?
Yeah, plenty of times. It'll be a piece of cake. Trust me.
Right. Be mindful of where you stand, Pro. If this hammer is good at anything, it's crowd control. I don't want to hit you while I'm fighting off the enemy.
Yeah, got it. I'll stay low and out of your way.
Ready?
Let's do this.
So, this is what I was meant to do.
Huh?
Back in Mazeo, I was ready to throw my life away. You know, to atone for what I did in the Triumvirate's name. I'm glad that I didn't. I was meant to end them, not myself.
I'm glad you made the right choice then!
No, not me. It's all thanks to the Monarch.
There's too many of them! We need to do something and fast!
There's nothing we can do. Just stand your ground. Keep fighting.
watch out!
Vivian, status report. How are your men doing?
Not good, last time I checked. There's just too many of them, Hal. All we can do is wait for that bell to ring.
And if it doesn't?
Then this is it for us.
Vivian, do not give up so easily. You are set to rule the strongest nation in the world. We cannot have you return home with stories of lost hope.
Then we better find it again. And fast!
We need to change up our strategy. If we don't, then they'll outsmart us. Vivian?
Sorry. It's just taking a lot out of me. I think I need to get back to the library.
Will you be okay on your own?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Will you?
Yeah, go now, while you have an opening. We will continue to fight them off.
It can't be too far away. How high up does this castle even go?
Wow. I haven't been to this place in ages. It doesn't look any different, though. Just as uninviting. We want to go right up those stairs, Monarch. This is it. Hey, not so fast. You should let me take point. I know the layout of this castle and where to go. It gets a bit confusing up there. Trust me on that.
Lots of stairs. I hope you're okay with that. And be careful. We don't want to fall into a trap. This place is massive. It would be easy to ambush us.
Ambush? No, I don't play cheap, not like Sovi. I'd merely like to call this a welcoming party of sorts. An ambush is unexpected. Surely you knew I'd be here.
Halen, don't you think it's time you gave up? You've been bound to their will, following orders for so long. Let us remove that curse. We can give you your freedom back.
Freedom? Ha! I don't need freedom. I exist to serve the Triumvirate, and that is final. You did too, but you threw it away in your folly. You stand in the realm of gods now. It is time you spoke with your resolve. If it is strong enough, then you will find me. And if it is not, then you will perish. So do it. Show me the determination of your rebellion. Speak against your gods and see how they answer.
Ulrich, put away your sword.
Huh?
Don't you remember?
Yeah, of course.
Monarch, open your mind to us. Treat us as extensions of your body. Good. Now it's my turn.
It's been too long, Sovi.
Yes, really gets my blood boiling.
Over here!
Monarch, look out! They mean to kill us with mindless slaves. I wish they had the courage to meet us face to face. So, up we go?
Yeah.
Be careful, Monarch. Try not to let Halen steal the blade from you. Remember, we all possess the same ability.
Yeah, make sure to be on your guard. We killed his suit, so he's probably scared. I wouldn't be surprised if he resorts to trickery.
Well then, perhaps you're stronger than I thought. No matter though. I've been waiting for a worthy opponent. I'll savor killing you, Monarch. Every single moment.
Monarch, look out!
Saved by your friends, as always. I wonder how you'd handle things on your own. What do you say? Want to put that to the test?
We don't have time for your games, Halen. We will give you one chance. Surrender or die.
And who says you get to call the shots? Remember, I exist to manifest the Triumvirate's will, and right now, what they want is to see you all dead. I've never let them down, and I don't plan on starting. You think you're special? That you're here to seize your destiny? No, you're nothing more than another insect for me to crush. You may have made it farther than most, but it doesn't matter. Even atop the highest mountain, an insect is still an insect. A being that exists for one purpose: to be exterminated!
Monarch!
There's something different about you, Sophie. Where was this passion when we worked together?
The Triumvirate doesn't allow passion, Halen. They take everything away. They bleed you dry and offer nothing in return, nothing but empty words. The rebellion gave me a place in this world. I belong to them now.
You mean they seduced you with flights of fancy? You honestly believe that she is our rightful ruler?
Without a doubt, I'd give my life for the Monarch. I know the truth of the spirit realm. The Triumvirate told me. This isn't some dream or fantasy. They told me themselves.
You mean?
Yes, that's what they told me before we left for Mazeo. It's why I didn't kill the Monarch when I had the chance. I told myself I'd never harm those in charge of this world. That's what separates the both of us, Halen. My loyalty is to Alestia. Yours is to the Triumvirate. They made you a slave with no choice but to obey.
No, I want to serve them. Your faith was challenged and you gave up. I'm not that weak. I stand tall and remain in line.
Then let the Monarch remove the curse they've put on you. If you still want to serve them, then we can continue to fight. And if not, then you'll realize that you were wrong all along.
No, I'm not wrong. I'll never give up, Sophie. Never. If you want to pay with your life, then I'll accept that toll. But know this. It brings me no pleasure to... Sophie.
Halen, I'm sorry. I didn't want it to be this way. Monarch, do something! I don't care what it is, just do it!
You know what? I'll stay behind. Pro and Fortum should be at the atrium any minute now. I want to make sure I'm there to greet them and fill them in.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's not my place to face the Triumvirate. Not again. This fight belongs to the both of you. So go and see it through.
A good idea, actually. Something tells me we'll be fighting even more. Say, can you do me one favor before we head up? Here. Just trust me. Thank you.
Come on, 14, we can't hold the town square forever! I guess it's time. Stay back! I'm warning you! What?
Domek, give me your hand! Domek, quick! You don't have much time! There. We're even now. So what do you say, Domek? Fight? Just like old times? Just keep it up, Domek. I'll patch you up as soon as we're safe.
Shane, talk to me. Why are you doing this?
Domek, no! Look! It's over.
We did it. I can't believe this. Monarch, good luck. We're all counting on you.
Here, you'll be needing this. And watch your step as we go up those stairs. If you fall off the edge, well, you know how high we are. I have one piece of advice for you, Monarch. Don't let them talk to you. Just kill them with no question. All they'll do is try to justify their actions and earn your sympathy. They prey on the minds of the weak, of those that they can mold. I know you're strong, but they just have this way of convincing you. I'd hate to see that happen to you. So remember, kill them all.
Sylvie, you've returned. Were we not clear enough? A permanent exile is non-negotiable.
But you said... You said I could come back if I brought the blade. Is this not what you wanted? Was it not a test?
You think that you can fool us so easily? We know where your allegiance lies, Sylvie. There is nothing in this world we cannot see.
Everything I did for you. Were you really too foolish to realize that? My attempt to help the rebellion was only an act. I've brought the enemy and the blade to your doorstep. Even after this, you deny me my redemption.
You've done nothing but bring an armed enemy into our home. Your judgment is clouded, Sylvie. We decline your offer.
No! Then take this as an offering! That arm will never again be used against you. Before all of us, the monarch is defenseless.
You continue to surprise us, Sylvie. Very well. Let us talk.
Thank you, Master. I am sorry for letting you down in the past. I can only hope that this offering is enough to please you. Remove threats to ensure the continued reign of Alestia's leaders. Is that not what you wanted? Is that not the role of the Grand Inquisitor?
You are right. Kneel, Sylvie, and pledge your loyalty. Then, turn that blade on the monarch and take her soul. That's all we need. The blade and the power inside her.
Yes, whatever you say, I will continue to serve. As the Grand Inquisitor, I have only one goal. Removing threats to the throne of Alestia. And I shall start with you.
Sophie!
I hate that you're making me do this. I hate the man that you've made me become.
Sophie.
Monarch, take the blade and go. End this foolish war. Please. Just go.
Stop! Do not draw that blade unless you intend to use it. That idol will respond to your aggression and fight back. We will not harm you. We brought you here for another reason. That is a tall order, Monarch. We are nobody, and yet we are everyone. We are the same, and yet we are different. There is really no way to answer that question. Like you, we are simply beings capable of wielding that blade. When the sun sets on this era and rises again, we will be forgotten. Reduced to cosmic dust, we will become even less than a memory. It matters not how the cycle ends, only how the cycle began. The ones who created that blade could never comprehend what they started. An endless war of life against death, of purity against corruption. As long as that blade exists, there will be beings capable of wielding it. And as long as those beings exist, they will inevitably meet, just like us. A catalyst for the clashing of ideals. It exists only to create disorder. Long ago, a group of 3 faced an almost insurmountable foe. They were able to prevail, and they thought they had won peace. All of the worlds, once closed off, became united in one large universe. You see, that blade was created from the clashing of conflicting ideals. Life against death, purity against corruption. It feeds off of that imbalance. What they held after the battle was only a portend of more strife to come. We do look fondly on those who created the blade, but we also hate them. Were it not for them, neither of us would be standing here right now. But because of them, we stand here at odds instead of peace. Memories of their exploits linger through the core of that blade. But no matter how strong they were, one fact remained. They were nothing but foolish men. Men who thought themselves worthy of delivering justice. Men who, with all the power in the world, still remained short-sighted. They knew not what they trifled with, Monarch. They thought that the blade was a symbol of victory. But no. After what you've been through, we both know what it truly means. War and death. Well, true evil can almost never be fully defeated. Though heroes of the past stood victorious over evil, it was temporary. In the future, sometimes even millions of years ahead, the evil returned. And now it stands before you, corrupting the very heart of Alessia. But this is not the first world it has harmed, and it plans to keep moving. We follow it, with that blade, and save innocent worlds from its wrath. Look at the dying Balteus. It would deliver that fate to every single world. Rather than temporarily cast the idol away, we decided to settle down on this planet. Our goal was to find a way to destroy both the idol and the blade, for good. Doing so would liberate the universe from this eternal war. But we did not hold the power required to destroy the idol. Not yet. If we could make the blade stronger, though, then we might stand a chance. If it could match the strength of the idol, then that could be it. The energy unleashed in such a moment would destroy both for sure. Since the blade fed on life, we would have to start relying on others. They had planned to use this idol as a source of power, perhaps to aid in their conquest of other worlds. The universe belonged to them, they thought. But wielding the power of evil incarnate would only lead to ruin. We couldn't let them continue down a path as dangerous as that. So we cast them aside, in an astral prison using that blade. And as we did, we created new life on Alessia. A new, pure species that would keep on reproducing. A breeding ground of power for that blade to harvest. If we could make that blade strong enough, then we'd win. But even then, we couldn't gather power fast enough. The idol started corrupting and killing Balteus. We had to think of something, and fast. It led us down a path that we did not want to walk. But in order to create peace, it was necessary. We are not surprised, given our method of harvesting power. You see, this is not the first time you have stood in our chambers. Hopefully, it is the last. But to be honest, we've seen you many times. That blade exists unbound from the restraints of time and space. Every death along your journey has only served to power it further. When you got here, if it was not strong enough, we sent you back. When we did so, the blade remained unchanged. The cycle started anew, giving that weapon even more strength. You stand here, the result of millions of years' worth of trial and error. The occupation, the rebellion, and even your attacks on Malteus. We created a period of time in your history filled with nothing but death. Over and over, you and your friends have lived it, only to power that blade. When the final cycle came along, we would have you carry out your goal. The destruction of both the idol and the sword is what you were meant for. You may have come to kill us, but your virtues are simply misplaced. Nothing does. Well, at least, not at first. Originally, we hoped our champion would come from Alarinthia. That's why we kept our nation separate and focused on strength. If each ruler was stronger than the last, well, as time passed, we might find someone strong enough, someone with the will and power required to wield that blade. Of course, it became clear that this would never work. Just as we started to give up hope, those idols appeared. The monarchy was somehow able to reach out of their prison. The growing nation of Valinor developed their culture around this, and as a reward for reverence, the concept of the seer was created. A special citizen of Valinor, with the power of the monarchy inside of them. Even then, none of the seers were as strong as we needed. Until you. The monarchy gave you everything they had. We assumed that they did this so you would kill us. But it would seem that they played right into our hands. You were led down a path that only gave you more and more power. In all of the universe, you are the only one who can use that blade effectively. You house not just your own will, but the will of billions of spirits. Spirits that want nothing more than to see their homeworld freed. There was no other choice, really. You are our champion monarch. We wish to end a cycle that has plagued the universe for eternities. In fact, it could be even longer. It is impossible to know for sure. Because of that, we believe that no price is too high to pay. We will never be remembered. Nobody will ever know our sacrifice. But there shall never be another world marred by that corrupt idol. And no man will ever again be seduced by the power of that blade. The best course of action for the universe is to destroy them both. Their existence will always lead to those who believe they control fate. They will always lead to a clash of ideals, and will always lead to this. The mind can suffer when stuck in the same time and place. History repeating itself can be far more than maddening. We try to break free from the cycle, but only perish. This is why we will not stop you if you wish to kill us. That blade has kept us alive long enough to see things through. Our final rest would only be a sign that we have finally won. So go ahead, kill me, and kill my master. Turn that blade on the idol, and see what happens. See if you can free everybody from its wrath. Not just us, or Alestia, but all worlds, and all people. If you are not strong enough, then the cycle will just start anew. Before you know it, you may be facing us here once more. But know that we are not your enemy. All we've done to... Very well. Stop! Think about what you're doing. Everything we've done in the name of freedom. Normally, I'd send you back to start the cycle anew. But now, your strength surpasses mine. This must be the end. I beg for your mercy. Let me live to see what I fought for.
Dry your eyes, the dawn will come, sweeping clouds on wings of light. If you listen close, you can hear its song to chase away the night. Lift your face and feel the golden touch of the sun, so bright and new. It can free you from that
You can do this, Monarch. Don't give up.
Against the icy bitter winds, together we soared. Never did we fight all alone.
Keep on moving! We didn't come this far just to lose now!
And you will always be home.
I guess I'm no longer the strongest member of the rebellion. I'm proud of you, Monarch. You saw this through to the bitter end.
Wipe your eyes and wash your blade. Feel the breeze against your cheek.
Is this really how you want your story to be told? Get up, Monarch! Get up and finish what you started!
They will sing of all the good we've done and how life has a chance. I'll be here in your memory.
I knew there was something special about you. Ever since the start, you brought us all together and unified us. You made us a family.
So, everything has led to this. The monarchy is no more, but you can still live. Make it through this, and give Alestia the future it deserves.
For each life you live, if you stand together, you will always be home. Dry your eyes, the dawn will come, sweeping clouds on wings of light. If you listen close, you can hear its song to chase away the night. Lift your face and feel the golden touch of the sun, so bright and new. It can free you from that darker clutch of what grief does to you. Let your heart feel loss and pain, but oh, let joy in too.
After the war, Valessa dedicated her life to philanthropy. She helped the people of Mazeo move on from the Triumvirate. Undoing some of the damage her parents had done was her new calling. As pirates, they inflicted wounds upon the culture and people of Mazeo, Being their daughter, she felt qualified to try and make up for what they did, and so she would go down in history as one of Mazeo's greatest public figures. She didn't ignore Valenorth, however, and still paid frequent visits. Trusting Fortem to take care of her home, she did the same for Mazeo. Together, they helped ensure that both nations lived strong and in harmony. You maintained a close relationship with Valessa from your throne. Paying frequent visits to Mazeo, you ensured that your bond never weakened. Aiding her efforts to repair a fractured Mazeo, the wounds of the occupation soon healed. And so too did any wounds her family inflicted on the innocent nation. By the time she passed away, she had achieved her lifelong goal of reparation. Her gifts to society and the world far outweighed her parents' heinous crimes. Because of your efforts and choices, Valessa survived. When the whole world stood against her, she faced it and prevailed. You gave her a gift of a happy, peaceful life, one not lost to senseless war. Fortem returned to Valenorth and took on the role of elder. He stayed true to his word and united his nation with the rest of Alestia. At the loss of some culture, Valenorth merged with the monarchy for good. A small price to pay, many would say. Valenorth let go of its dead beliefs. No more spirit realm, no more seers. Valenorth was just like every other nation. Trade routes were opened, and Valenorth was no longer closed off to outsiders. In a way, his nation became almost an extension of Mazeo. Upon his passing, he left behind the world he dreamed of creating, a unified Alestia, each nation resting on another for strength and purpose. You stayed in close contact with Fortem during your reign. After merging with the monarchy, Valenorth was under your jurisdiction. However, honoring Fortem's wishes, you let him direct the nation in his own way. Your friendship never waned, despite the new distance between you. You passed off visits to Valenorth as official monarch business. However, all you really wanted was to visit Fortem once more. Fortem survived the war, despite all odds. His strong love for everything around him kept him afloat. When all hope was lost, he stood up and challenged death in the face. And for that, he was never forgotten. Living a long and full life, he was happy. Alestia was forever better because of him. After the war, Pro settled down in Mazeo and started to write. He wanted to chronicle everything about the major players of the war. Working with any rebel survivors, he pledged that their story would never be lost. His works would go down in history as the most detailed records of wartime. People would aspire to write like him, but to this date, none have come close. Considered one of the greatest historians in Alestia, he retired and lived a peaceful life. He knew that his writings could influence the people's perception in a large way. To this end, he constantly wrote you letters to ensure he had your approval. However, the real reason he wrote was to keep the love between you alive. Almost operating as a team, you ensured that only the true history was written down. As the victor, you could have told the people anything, but you were a just and honest ruler. A ceremony was held in Mazeo to pledge your love to one another until the end of your days. Pro's identity as the mole within the rebellion never came to light. However, even if it did, he had done enough to make up for his actions. Many aspired to write like him, but none could achieve such prowess. After the war, Ulrich did his best to assist the throne and serve the monarchy. There was much to take care of, and things were chaotic after the fog of war settled. But he was up to the task, and he did everything in his power to make the world a better place. In his spare time, he would visit New Alarinthia and assist Vivian as well. Having achieved his dream of a changed nation, it made sense to help out. It would take a while before every Alarinthian adjusted to this new lifestyle. During your reign, you had never known a more loyal ally. Though his past was with the Inquisition, his future was with you. Your love was strong, and ruling together was a joy. The world was at peace. He took on the job of helping the world adjust to the new status quo. Spreading the news of the Triumvirate's fall, he helped people understand. It was a task as monumental as it was long to complete, but he did complete it. The world embraced your rule, and Alestia was forever better because of it. Insurrections were rare and insignificant. Things were peaceful, all thanks to you. As your right hand and lover, Ulrich did everything in his power to keep it that way. Thanks to your efforts in lifting his curse, Ulrich was finally able to grow old. Though death was now capable of taking him, he seemed happier than ever before, especially now that he had somebody like you by his side to grow old with him. Thanks to your efforts, Ulrich was able to live a happy life, free from the Triumvirate. The shadows of his past soon dissipated, and he turned into a new man, truly loved by the people. Though his secrets never came to light, he had certainly done enough work to make up for them. After the battle for Alestia, Damek had a lot of work to do. Going from a member of the rebellion to a leader in the monarchy was a huge change. He was no longer part of a small army. His actions affected the entire world. He remained a loyal servant to the throne of Alestia, carrying out your every order. Being originally in charge of the rebellion, it made no sense to back down after victory. Your love grew ever stronger, held together by an unbreakable bond formed in strife. As your closest advisor, you spent almost every waking moment together. The war did not win you rest, for in your victory, the work had only just begun. Uniting a confused world and winning over their love as ruler was a daunting task. But it was a task that you two completed side by side. Damek was just as important to history as you, and he was never forgotten. The tale of his growth from orphan child to world leader inspired generations to come. Damek eventually got over all of the fears that controlled him. He paid visits to the spot where he lost his mother, but it held no power over him. Speaking as if she were there with him, he told her stories of everything that happened. And he was able to leave without feeling sad. Instead, he was happy. He knew that if she were really there, she would be proud of him. That was enough to keep him going when times got tough. Thanks to your efforts, Damek was able to live a long, happy life. He served the throne for the rest of his life, remaining forever loyal. The tale of how far he'd come would go down in history and become legend. Sophie's past crimes were pardoned after his exceptional performance in Balteus. His defection from the Triumvirate and his advice regarding them were seen as invaluable. Were it not for his actions and his change of heart, the war would have been lost. True to his word, he used his eternal life to serve the monarchy. He was able to tell stories of your battles and keep your legacy alive. Every ruler in the future would know exactly who gave them their power. You never forgot what he did, and your love grew ever stronger. Though you started out on shaky ground, things only got better. Using his immortality, he protected your legacy indefinitely. Howell survived the war, despite several grievous wounds. His body mended them with ease, and his life continued as normal. He dedicated his life to assisting the throne and recording history. But not current history. He wrote about the old monarchy and their ways. It was almost as if the spirits inside him felt regret at their actions. Nobody knew why Howell had this change of heart, but it was for the better. As he wasn't appointed as your advisor, he had plenty of time to complete that task. His writings would be placed in the Grand Library and go on to be read by almost everybody. It helped solidify that the rebellion was correct. The Triumvirate did not deserve to rule Alestia. Thanks to your efforts, Howl was able to live a happy life. He was rarely seen outside of the castle and mostly stuck to writing. But to him, it was worth it in order to teach the world more about his kind. Aaron's Tavern went on to boom in popularity, being near the birthplace of the monarch. He was forever thankful that he didn't have to give up his home like Domek had wanted. As a tribute to you, he would rename the tavern in the future, his way of saying thanks. This is where Milas settled down, unable to decide between Mazeo and Valenorth. He lived a happy and peaceful life, choosing how his remaining days played out. Being free to choose what happened to him, he was never bound by duty again. After the chaos dwindled, Alex returned to Mazeo and started a new life. His treaty was honored, and pirates were forgiven for all they had done. All bans were lifted, and pirates were officially employed as traders. Neda was never seen again. It was assumed that she didn't agree with these changes, or perhaps she was spiteful that you didn't choose to align with her demands. Either way, Alestia would forever remember her as a ruthless pirate lord. After finding himself fully redeemed, Grizz returned to his office as mayor. Honoring the pirate treaty he had coordinated, he helped Mazeo adjust to every change. He had long since been forgiven by the people, but it was only now that he forgave himself. The created seers seemed to be affected by your attack on the Dark Idol. As if offering their strength when needed the most, the energy within them vanished. When the fog of war settled, they were no longer plagued with visions. They had healthy minds. Vivian returned to Alarinthia and led it into a new age. No longer was the fate of the nation in the hands of the strong. Alarinthia existed in unity with the new monarchy, and it flourished. Trade routes were introduced, and its ports were open to everybody. The strict security and immigration process had been abolished permanently. Holding a ball every year, Vivian kept up the tradition of giving to the people. One thing was for sure. Alarinthia would never be in the hands of the strong again. Vivian lived out a long and happy life in the nation he had always dreamed of creating. Shane was never seen again after that fateful encounter in Balteus. He is presumed dead, and many refuse to speak about his betrayal. If he survived, he went to great lengths to remain hidden from the world. When the chaos and confusion settled down, Halen seemed like a new man. He likened his existence to that of a spectator watching a performance. No matter what he wanted to do, his body could not defy his masters. He decided to atone for what he had done and joined the new monarchy. Of course, many people were apprehensive about accepting his aid. Over time, they learned to accept him and his desires as genuine. His job stayed largely the same, ensuring that Alestia's rulers remained in power. But with new masters and even new friends, he took pride in being on the right side. With the Dark Idol gone from Balteus, the corruption slowly waned. Over the next several decades, it made a complete transformation. Many would call it the most beautiful place in all of Alestian history. Its name was changed to New Balteus and left behind its old roots. No longer would it be known as the seat of the tyrannical Triumvirate. People would see it as the place where Alestia was changed forever. People would come from all over the world to see the home of the new monarchy. It became a symbol of new beginnings, teaching people that change is always possible. As the corruption slowly disappeared, people settled down and turned it into a prosperous nation. You were loved by all of your subjects and led the world into a new age. But guiding everybody to the bright future you secured would be a journey of its own. And knowing that fact made one thing clear. Your work had only just begun. Thank you for your service, Monarch. For everything you've done, you will never be forgotten.
Monarch! I'm so glad you made it. When the castle started shaking, I feared for the worst. I'm just glad I got to ring that bell. I saved so many lives.
I'll admit, I was starting to worry as well. Sorry if you were scared when we parted ways earlier. But thanks to those daggers, they didn't stand a chance.
I'm not gonna lie, I was almost dead meat. If it weren't for Grizz, I would have been a goner for sure. And here I thought that I preferred sneaking alone.
I'm glad that you saw it through to the end, Monarch. Something told me that helping you was the right thing to do. After today, I can rest easy knowing that I made the right choice.
Everything went as planned? I bet you have some pretty interesting stories to tell. Save it for later, though. There's a lot of work to do.
Seeing you again is certainly a welcome surprise, Monarch. You hold the honor of being the one who took down the Triumvirate. Wear that badge with pride. You've guided the world to a perfect future.
You'll never guess what happened, Monarch. Just as I was about to fall in battle, Shane came to my rescue. I'm not sure where he is now, but I've sent out a search party.
Wait, rest? You know there won't be any time for that, right? You're the ruler of this world now. There's still so much left to do.
He's right. Taking down the Triumvirate was just the first step. We need to tell the people what happened and earn their loyalty.
But it won't be all bad, right? I mean, we'll have your back the entire time.
Whoa, watch your step, Monarch. Here, let's find you a place to sit down.
Yeah, then we can talk about what happens next. Remember, this isn't the end. It's just the beginning.
I'll hang your picture on my wall. 4 days gone by, I recall those memories etched in my mind. When our lives intertwined, a moment frozen in time for me and you. And just like the waves across the sea, we were strong, wild and free. Oh, how we laughed, how we cried. Our voices echoed through the night. Nothing mattered in this world except you and me. Though the days can pass me by, I'll not forget. 'Cause when we meet again, it's like you never left. 'Cause that's when home comes to you. It doesn't matter where you are, some things are always true. There are those that leave a mark upon your heart you'll never lose. 'Cause that's when home comes to you. And as the years go marching on,